You are most welcome to the computer class. We are reading chapter 2. It is part 2, page number 19, because in first before the summer vacation we have done from chapter 17 to 19 half. So in the last class we have read about the graphical user interface. That means it uses some GUI, it uses some pictures to represent the input and output of a program. There are icons, buttons, dialog boxes on the screen. Windows 7 is an example of GUI, and the main screen is called desktop, and the small pictures on it is called icons. Okay. Desktop icons represent the files, programs, and all these things. And switching on the computer, in the last class we have read about the how to switch on the computer. Then operating system. It is a name given to a computer program that allows us to operate a computer. Okay. There we have read that Microsoft Windows is an operating system developed by the Microsoft Corporation to run personal computers or PCs. Okay, PCs means computer, and when we are starting the computer, a small thing will rotate for some time, and that is called booting. Okay, that means the next is the desktop. Desktop, the screen that first after booting, the screen that appears on the uh, computer, that is called desktop, and there are small pictures, they are called icons. Okay, now today we will read about the icons. The desktop contains small pictures with names such as computer, recycle bin, and many more. They are called icons. See, here so many small pictures are there. They are called icons. Next, desktop icons represent different programs, files, or folders. These can be opened by double clicking the particular icon. If you want to open an icon, that means if you want to open a file or folder, then you have to keep the mouse pointer on it and you have to double click. That means 2 times you have to click. Okay, it will open. A computer program is a collection of instruction. Each computer program performs a specific task. So what is the computer program? Computer programs are the collection. That means many instructions will be working together. When many instructions will work together, that is called a computer program, and each program performs a specific task. Next to the page number 20. All the work that we do on a computer gets stored in the form of a file. That means whatever we are doing, that will be a file. That means in a file we are doing all those things. A file is a collection of data, information, settings, or commands. A file will be a collection. That means many datas will be in a file. Okay, files are of many kinds: data files, sound files, movie files, document files. So in data file we can found sound file, movie file, and document file. Okay, next is the program file. One is data file, another is program file, and so on. That means there are many other types of. Okay, each file is given a unique name. That means each file you have to give a name, otherwise how we will find it? This is known as file name. This is known as file name. Next, files may be stored together in a folder. A folder is a location for organizing and storing files. What is a folder? A folder is a location for organizing and storing files, where you can keep the 2 or 3 files. That means we are working. For example, I am taking classes in 3, 4, and 5. So I will make a folder for class 4, I will make a folder for class 3, and I will make a folder for class 5. And whatever we are doing, we will keep inside the whatever the question answers I am giving, that will make a file. I am giving you some worksheet, that will make another file. So all the files together I will keep it inside a folder of class 3, and whatever I am giving to class 4, I will take all the files and keep it inside the folder of class 4, like this. Okay. So a folder is a location for organizing and storing files. Each folder can be assigned a unique name. You can give another name. Unique name means a special name or a different name. A folder may contain programs, files, and also other folders. That means in a folder you can keep another folder also. You can temporarily hide all the icons on your desktop without actually removing them. That means I will not remove them, I will just hide them. For that, right click on the desktop. In the menu that opens, click view. That means you have to, at first you have to click the right click, then you have to go to the view, then click show desktop icons to clear the check mark of from that option. Then you have to go to the option show desktop icons, and there you will get. Now no icons are seen on the desktop. You can get the icons back by clicking show desktop icons again. If you will click on that, again you will get it back. Selecting and deselecting icons. Selecting and deselecting an icon on the desktop is very simple. Selecting means if you want to open, you have to select at first which book you will read. You will find that book at first, like that, which icon you want to open. Then you will click on that, it will be selected, then you will double click on that. Okay. And if you don't want to select, by mistake you have selected one, so again we'll move from there, it will be deselected. Selecting and deselecting an icon on the desktop is very simple. To select an icon, just click it. You have to just click on it. To select adjacent icon, press the shift key and then click the icon that you wish to select. If you select 2 or 3, if you want to select 2 or 3 together, what you will do? You will just go to one, you will press the shift key and you will select 2 or 3 icons. Okay. If you want to select a bunch of icons at once, click an empty area. So to selecting one icon, you will just click on the shift key and click the icons. And for bunch of, that means together 2 or 3, you will just click on shift key, then you will select in the empty area, the desktop near the icons, and drag the mouse. Then all the icons will be selected that you want. Surrounded the icons that you want to select with the rectangle that appears. Then release the mouse button. Then you will release the mouse button. The selected icons would behave as a group. Okay. Next, selecting non-adjacent icons. To select an non-adjacent icons, press the control key and then click the icon. You have to press the control key, then the icons. To deselect an icon or icons, just click an empty space on the desktop. Deselect. If you don't want to select any icon, so you have to click on the empty space. Arranging icons on the desktop. How we will arrange? You can arrange the icons on the desktop in any order or position that you wish. You can also have Windows automatically arrange your icons. To arrange icons automatically on your desktop, do the following. Right click an empty area of the desktop. At first you have to right click in the empty area. In the menu that opens, click view. That means here you have to click on view. After clicking on view, click the auto arrange icons option. You have to click on the auto arrange. See, here it is, auto arrange icons. You have to click on that, it will be arranged automatically. Okay. Windows will arrange the icons on your desktop in the upper left corner and lock them in place. To be able to move the icons again, you will have to unlock the icons. So if you want to move again, you have to go to the right, you have to do right click, then view, then you have to click on the auto arrange icons, then it will be you will be able to arrange it. So again, such that the check mark next to it disappears. Now you can move any icon by dragging it to a new place on the desktop. Wallpaper and screensaver. The background image that you see on the desktop is called a wallpaper. Okay, so the background image you are seeing on the desktop, it is called wallpaper. The image that you see when your computer is idle for a specified time is called a screensaver. So the image that we see on the computer, it is called the screensaver. Okay, changing wallpaper. How we will change the wallpaper? You can change the wallpaper as per your choice. To do this, follow these steps. Right click the desktop. At first we have to right click. A menu will open. In the menu we have to select the personalize option. And the personalization gallery appears. When we will click on the personalize, a gallery will come. There are option will come, that is personalization gallery. Okay, then click desktop background. The desktop background gallery appears. You can select the background you want from the picture location list. So from there there will be a picture list. You can choose from there. Next, click the save changes. You will return to the personalization gallery. Okay. Click the close button of the personalization gallery. The picture you have selected will be set as background of your desktop. So then you have to click the close button of the personalization gallery and the picture will be selected. You can see over there. Okay. We will learn about changing the screensaver in chapter 6. Not now. So to choose any picture from your computer as the desktop background, click the browse button. You have to click on the browse button. Select the folder that contains your chosen pictures and then select the picture. To open the personalization gallery, we have to click start, control panel, then personalization. Okay. Next, taskbar. Taskbar we have read in before the summer vacation till we are just revising it. Another important feature seen on the desktop of a computer is a taskbar. Taskbar is the long horizontal bar at the bottom of the screen. It comes at the bottom of the screen. It also contains some icons that tell us programs are open on the computer. Which programs are open on the computer we can see over there. For example, the Word program is open, then the taskbar would appear as shown in figure 2.11. There is system tray. There we can see the clock, time, date, all these things. Then there is quick launch bar. There we show the quick launch bar shows the program and files we have opened in the computer, and the another one is the start button. Start button, you will see the start button at the left corner of the computer screen. The start button can be used to find and open any program, file, or folder on your computer. When you click the start button, a menu called the start menu is displayed. A menu called start menu will be displayed. The start menu is divided into two panes, the left pane and the right pane. Okay? The left pane. The left pane of the start menu shows a list of recently opened programs. Okay. Some of the programs have an arrow symbol placed next to their names. Moving the mouse pointer to any of these arrows displays the recently opened files in that program. So in the left pane there is start menu. If we will click on the start menu, a list will come. Okay. Then there will be arrow symbols. If we will click on that arrow symbol, the programs that is recently opened, that will come. Next is the all programs. The all program option is used to display the complete list of the programs present in the computer. It shows the complete list, which programs are there. When you click all programs, the program name are shown in alphabetical order, followed by a list of folders, each of which may have more program. So each may have more programs. For example, if you click accessories, a list of programs in the folder appears. You can click on any program to open it. To get back to the program list, click the back option near the bottom of the menu. So if we want to click, if we will click on the accessories, a list will come. And then if to go get back the program list, we will click on the back option, that is near the bottom of the menu. Okay. Next, the search box. The search box at the bottom of the left pane allows you to search for programs and files on your computer. The search box will help us to search the programs and files in our computer. Okay. So read the chapter. You have to read the chapter because small short questions will come from the inside the chapters. So till page number 24, read the chapter for very nicely, thoroughly, and read the spellings also. And we will try to see all these things in our live class. Okay. So till the next class, goodbye. Have a nice time and read the chapters.